say shalom Ibrahim. Uya say shalom Aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru Amen. Say shalom Ibrahim. Uya say shalom Aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru Amen. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Friends, we've spent these past 30 hours in shock, in horror and shock of what we did not see coming, what we did not think possible. And it unfolds and unfolds worse and worse every hour as we look at the news and online and sharing on social media and finding out more news of unspeakable horror. It's hard to speak of the barbarism with our children present. These are the older members of our Sunday morning religious school, our 6th and 7th graders. But know that the pictures, the videos, the written accounts show innocent civilians murdered at bus stops, in their homes. Innocent civilians rounded up as hostages, taken into a place of terror that we know from past is a place of barbarism and horrific deeds. These thoughts torment us. We cry, we shudder. We don't sleep. We can think about something else for a little while, and then it comes right back. And for many of us here in this room today, it is deeply personal. We have members of our congregation from Israel. We have members among us with family in Israel today. We have members whose son was just called up from reserve. They worry about what's ahead of him now. But we all have a connection. We all know friends, family, We see places we've visited consumed in grief and horror. Our last 2 congregational trips went to communities along the Gaza border. We spent time in Neva Shalom. Our congregation, our children made tiles for the peace wall that decrees our greatest hope of peace and coexistence. 15 members of that community were murdered yesterday. Cry again. And then we get angry. We get angry at press in America and around the world that speaks of moral equivalence as if it's a back and forth give and take, forgetting the history that 4 times the international community has presented peace accords to the Palestinians and the Jews in the 1930s, in 1948, in 1993, and in 2000, and 4 times the Jews accepted the accords to live in peace side by side and share the land, and 4 times the Palestinians rejected those offers of peace. One side goes to battle to fight militants and terrorists and sends bombs at targets that sometimes hit and damage and kill innocent civilians, just like the United States does. And one side purposely seeks to kill and torture innocent civilians, women, men, teenagers, and children. It is not an equivalency of back and forth, and there they go again. But we're here, and it's so hard. Because what can we do? We just fret and get mad and get sad and but there is much we can do, starting now and moving forward. One of the most devastating realities that we've all come to grips with is knowing that this is not going to be a short skirmish. Anytime there's hostages, we know there's going to be a significant military and lengthy engagement. And we've never had hostages on this order before. So we will not be done today. Today is the first gathering. We will keep gathering. We will keep doing. We will keep announcing more and more what we're going to be doing. Begins today, but continues for as long as it takes. First, we will pray. Prayers of healing for the wounded. We will pray for the captured. We will pray for the soldiers who will be risking their lives on our behalf. We will be praying for those who are grieving and praying for the souls of those we've lost. And after our prayer service here, we invite anyone who wants to come in the social hall, where we have papers and pens, and we will write letters to all those personally affected by the acts of terror in Israel that have been going on and are going on still this minute. I want to thank Rabbi Elaine Glickman for putting together the service and organizing our letter campaign and organizing all of the participants who will be reading and singing today. We want to welcome leaders of our community that are here with us today. I see with us leaders of JNF, leaders of Hadassah locally. From Federation, we have our president, Bruce Udell, and our CEO, Shep Englander. Federation is gathering us again tomorrow afternoon. Let us begin our prayers.
I hope you feel less alone.
You sure?
I do. On your handouts, we'll offer meditation by Alden Soul, and we'll offer it responsively. Israel, you are my people. We waited together at the mountain when God revealed the holy word. We wandered together through the desert on the path to sacred soil. We watched the sea part. We heard the heavens roar. We stood at the doorway to freedom, at the border of a promised land. Israel, you are my destiny. You are my joy. You are my truth. We were victorious at Jericho, unyielding at Masada. We defied empires for Torah. We defied kings for justice and freedom. We traveled the earth, wandering, refugees of the ages, homeless and hopeful, waiting to return to native ground. Israel, you are my brother in history, my sister in fortune, the mother of my courage, the father of my heart, the child of my longing, and the light of generations. To you I pledge my right arm and my voice in song. To you I pledge my soul. To you I pledge my spirit. Israel, you are my nation. You are my inheritance. You are my home. At this time, I invite up Rabbi Mimi Wiesel, my mom, who we've spent so much time in Israel together. Both of us learning to prepare to do this with you when this terrible day came. I'm glad we're together. Her reading is not found on your
Psalm 122, a song of ascents. I rejoiced with those who said to me, "Let us go to the house of the Lord." Our feet are standing in your gates, Jerusalem, to praise the name of the Lord. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who you love be secure. May there be peace within your walls and security within your citadels. For the sake of my family and friends, I will say, peace be within you. For the sake of the house of the Lord our God, I will seek your prosperity.
call upon past Temple president and Temple Emanu-El Israel traveler, Barry Gerber.
Psalm 18. David sang to the Lord the words of this song when the Lord delivered him from the hand of all his enemies. He said, I love you, Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer. My God is my rock, in whom I take refuge, my shield and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold.
I call to the Lord with liberty and praise, and I escape from my enemies. For cords of death entangled me, cords of destruction overwhelmed me, cords of great overwhelmed me, snares of death confronted me.
In my distress, I called to the Lord. I cried to my God for help. From the temple, God heard my voice. My cry came before God. God reached down from on high and took hold of me. God drew me out of my deep waters. God rescued me from my powerful enemy. They confronted me in the day of my disaster, but the Lord was my support. God brought me out into a spacious place. God rescued me.
You, Lord, keep my head burning. My God turns my darkness to light. With your help I can advance against the truth. With my God I stand whole.
It is God who arms me with strength and keeps my way secure. God makes my feet like the feet of a deer. God causes me to stand on the heights. God trains my hands for battle. My arms can bend a bow of bronze. You make your saving help my shield, and your right hand sustains me. Your help has made me great.
The Lord lives, praise be my rock, exalted be God my Savior. I will praise the Lord among the nations.
My friend and colleague, Rabbi Stacy Blank in Jerusalem, a mother of three, shared these words yesterday. Here we sit in Jerusalem. We did a Havdalah ceremony. We hold on to the tradition of strengthening. We hug each other for support. It's going to be a difficult week in incomprehensible levels for Israel, for the Jewish nation, and for the entire people. My heart is aching. The tears are coming down. What can we do? We can do our best, take care of our children, understand how we can help and act, make our voices heard, and pray for the peace and the success of our soldiers and our government to protect our people and our country. May the Lord help God's people. May the Lord bless God's people with peace. She writes, at the end of this long Shabbat, the pictures are before our eyes. The border crossing completely compromised. The terrorists shooting in the streets of Israel. The photos of the tens of mostly young people missing from the holiday party. The number of reported dead rising by the hour. The thousands of wounded in the hospitals. Reports of hostages on the kibbutzim and taken to Gaza. Here we sit, one family in Jerusalem. We did Havdalah. We held on to our tradition for strength. We hold on to each other for support. It's going to be an unbelievably difficult this week for Israel, for the Jewish people, for our entire corner of the world. My heart hurts. The tears flow. What can we do? We can only do our best. Take care of our kids, understand how we can help and act, make our voices heard, and pray for peace and for the success of our soldiers and our government to protect our people and our country. God grant us strength and bless us with peace. In just a moment, and I invite them to get ready now, our own Temple Emanu-El singers will lead us in our prayer for peace in Shalom Rav. So as they prepare to lead us, as we prepare to hear their voices, helping us raise our own voices to heaven, I invite anyone who is thinking of someone in Israel today. You have a family member, a friend serving in the IDF. If you know of anyone who is in Israel, who is in danger, who is afraid, who needs our prayers for peace especially, I invite you either in silence or out loud to say those names now. Chaim Katzman. We sing with our singers, Shalom Rav. Thank you so much. I would now like to invite to the Bima our religious school director, Snait Ben-Heirut, who will offer the prayer for Israel, Ali Beltadano, who will offer the prayer for the Israel Defense Forces, and Esther Rose, who will offer the prayer for the redemption of captives.
Friends, I just wanted to let you know, the children you hear, they just started writing their letters to the families in Israel, so that's what they just got here before us, in what you hear in the social hall.
אבינו שבשמיים, צור ישראל וגואלו. ברך את מדינת ישראל, ראשית צמיחת גאולתנו. הגן עליה בעברת חסדך, ופרוס עליה סוכת שלומך. ושלח אורך ועמיתך לראשיה, שריה ויועציה. ותקנם בעצה טובה מלפניך. חזק את ידי מגיני ארץ קודשנו, והנחילם אלוהינו ישועה, ועטרת ניצחון תעטרם. ונתת שלום בארץ, ושמחת עולם ליושביה. ונאמר אמן. Our Father in heaven, rock and redeemer of our people Israel, bless the state of Israel with its promise of redemption. Shield it with your love. Spread over it the shelter of your peace. Guide its leaders and advisors with your light and your truth. Help them with your good counsel. Strengthen the hands of those who defend our holy land. Deliver them, crown their efforts with triumph. Bless the land with peace and its inhabitants with lasting joy. And let us say, Amen.
I'm honored to read the prayer for the IDF soldiers, in particular former students Amit Miara and others who have been called back in reserves. Please join me. May the one who brought blessings to our fathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and to our mothers Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless the soldiers of Israel's defense forces and all who stand guard in order to protect the land of Israel. Give them strength against our enemies and strengthen their spirit to preserve their highest moral values at this time of trial. Protect them from all the troubles and afflictions so that they will return in peace and joy to their families and friends, and may they prosper as human beings and citizens in their land. Amen. Amen.
Prayer for the redemption of captives. Our God, the one who raised Joseph up from the pit, be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble. Send complete rescue and full redemption to those held captive by the enemy. Strengthen their spirit and bring them our prayers that they be protected from all harm. Implant understanding in the heart of the enemy so they may return the captives in wholeness of body and spirit. Grant wisdom to the Grant wisdom to the Israeli Defense Forces that they may secure freedom for the captives without loss of life. Grant strength of spirit and courage of heart to all to release bonds of captivity and that they may live in freedom. And I quote, "They shall call upon me, and I will answer them. I will be with them in distress. I will rescue them and honor them." Let us say, Amen. Amen.
The final reading. This comes from our Torah, the words of Moses, preparing the people as they were about to enter the promised land, knowing that there would be strife and aggression. Moses says in Deuteronomy chapter 20, "When you take the field against your enemies and see horses and chariots, have no fear of them, for the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, is with you. The priest shall come forward and address the troops. He shall say to them, 'Shema Yisrael, hear, O Israel. You are about to join battle with your enemy. Do not let your courage falter. Do not be in fear or in panic or in dread of them. For the Lord your God goes with you and against your enemy to bring you deliverance.'"
A few brief announcements. Once again, thank you to everyone who has made today come together so quickly. Special appreciation to Rabbi Elaine. Federation has invited us all, our whole community, tomorrow at 5:30 at the Municipal Auditorium downtown to gather again, that we might once again be not alone. Immediately following our gathering today, we invite you in the lobby and in the social hall to write letters, to make cards, to express our solidarity, to say in writing, we stand with those across the seas, our brothers and sisters in Israel. At the bottom of your service sheets are 3 suggestions of places that you might give. Jewish Federation of North America, American Friends of Magen David Adom, United Hatzalah. All who are doing immediate and needed work, healing, galvanizing, pooling resources to make sure that those who are in harm's way are getting what they need. Friends, we are torn apart. It might feel hopeless. It's not. You might be sitting questioning God. God hears you. You might feel like the future is in jeopardy. Listen to that. Those kids and you are here. You might feel like there's nothing you can do. Listen to that. And feel this. You can give, you can pray, you can come together, you can share, you can start planning your next trip. There are things that we can do. Our tradition it calls us prisoners of hope. In the book of the prophets, we are told that the people Israel are prisoners of hope. It is our duty, our obligation as a Jewish community to never give up. There are things in the world we say never again to, but to hope, we never give up. And that hope, that tikva, is the Israeli national anthem. It is our way of saying that we stand with our beloved Israel. That hope exists. I call at this time Ava and Sasha Razin, who will help lead us in Hatikva. I invite you, if you are able to, please stand and gaze upon the Israeli flag as we sing together.
Sion.
continue together in the social hall. And let us go in peace.